Oh, hey there. Alright, so we're going to be making the pasta today. Fresh ingredients, organic eggs. Let me show you how we're going to get started here. We got flour, plain old unbleached white flour. We've got a little semolina flour, very exotic and necessary for any pastas. Right in there like that. I'm going to use 3 eggs. Then we're going to add a little salt. Costco brand, of course. Just like that, very nice. Going to add just a dash of olive oil here. And we're going to start to mix this, but not before I add just a little bit of water. Not the Lawton Copper Mine variety, just normal water for human consumption. Bring this up all, but before I do, I'm going to add our dough mixing attachment. Like this. I'm going to lock that in, and I'm going to start it at about number 2 speed here. Oh, isn't that lovely? Why don't you get a shot of the dough and not my face? Why don't you get a shot of what's going on in here? You know it. You can see it's mixing. It doesn't look like dough yet. I need a little more water. Add a touch of water. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. A little more water for it. Why don't you just love the smell of a fresh dough? As you can see, a little, there we go. Yep, more and more like dough. I'm going to give it a little more water for some of that powder at the bottom. Get that soaked up. So I've got my mixed dough here. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Just take that big ball of dough, stick it in the convection microwave for about 20 minutes, and then we've got dinner. But that's not what we're going to do here today. So I'm going to take my dough, and it's not kneaded yet. So I'm going to stick it right on back in there. This time I'm going to use the kneading hook. The dough kneading hook. Stick it right back on our attachment here. Lock it in place, and again, have a look how beautiful this is when it kneads the dough for us here. Oh, wouldn't you look at that? I'm going to let it knead for about 2 minutes or so. Alright, so I've got my kneaded dough here. This is going to be the final dough product. See, it's a bit smoother now in texture, much easier to work with when it comes to the pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the saran wrap here. Not ready for the convection microwave yet. Stick it right in there. Cover it up, and we're going to let this rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay then. It's been 20 minutes. We've got our dough. It's all ready. Hopefully you were able to chop some wood, maybe do some cleaning, some burpees. Hopefully you didn't have a paralytic sleep attack at the time, but nonetheless, here we are, and our dough's nice and rested and ready to go on to stage 2 here. I've got my flour dispenser, very exotic. And I know you may be thinking, why not just use a salt or just use another white substance? No, we do actually need flour, Greg, so that's what we're going to use. Now I'm going to take the dough here. I'm going to cut it into a few different pieces. That'll do. Get some here. One more time. Now, I'm going to start smashing these into little slivers like this. Nice. Oh, isn't that a nice workable dough? Flatten that a bit. Right. Okay. Nice and flat like this. I'm going to take my attachment here. Simply attach it to my machine. In there like that. Tighten that thing up. What this is going to do is take this dough like this and flatten it into workable pasta dough. Back to I'll go number 3. We've got this thing spinning here. I've got it on number 1 setting because I want it to be kind of thick to begin with. And here we go. Oh, look at that. Very nice. All right. I'm going to drop it here, fold it a bit. I'm going to have to go through again. I'm sure at this point, maybe you might even be thinking I'll just eat it raw at this point, but there is some work left to be done. It's not quite as simple as some other dishes. Oh boy, would you look at that. Cool. I'm gonna run it one more time. Let's make sure it's very nice. And it goes. Boy. I'm going to change it to setting 2. I want it to be a little thinner now. Take that thing, drop it right in there. Even thinner, number 2. Still looking very nice. I need thinner, going to number 3. And it comes a little longer each time because it's getting a little thinner. Wow. Number 4. I'm going to do one more. Number 5 is how thin I'm taking it. We're going to make a nice fettuccine. So I'm going to want it a little thinner. And there we go. Number 5. What we have now is we started with the flour and the water. And now we've ended up with this sheet of pasta that's ready to be put through and made into fettuccine noodles. Thanks for staying with us, guys. Now we're ready. I've got 5, 6, 7 maybe sheets of pasta here. I'm going to go ahead and attach the fettuccine attachment. This is going to turn these sheets of pasta into fettuccine for us. So I'm just going to slide it in again. Go to speed number 3 on your KitchenAid Professional. Here we go. Now's when the magic happens. I'm going to take one of my sheets here. Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that. There it is. We've got our pasta. We've got our freshly made fettuccine. Oh, would you just have a look at it. Absolutely perfect. Gonna rub it around the flour a bit. Don't want it to stick to itself. Let's see. Let's see. How's it taste? So fresh. A little bit of flour. We don't want to get it too wet, and that's all there is to it. Take my next sheet here, drop it on through, and you guessed it, fettuccine. Absolutely marvelous. Oh, isn't that great? Now, we made 3 eggs worth, so it's, we use 1 egg for every cup of flour as well. So this is quite a big batch here, 3 eggs. I like to think that it's 1 egg per person. So 1 egg, 1 cup of flour per person. We're making a pretty big batch here this evening for you folks, but yeah, that's really all there is to it. Take each sheet, run it through your machine, pulling it apart here. There we go. It amazes me every time. Look at that. Going to add our flour as always. A few more sheets left. And that's it. Created all of this fettuccine here. And all we've got left to do at this point, start up the pot, get it to a nice boil, drop our pasta in, and simply enjoy. So, but I'm ready to go eat some pasta. Yeah, water's on boil now. I'm gonna get ready to take this over. It's Colorado though, and we all enjoy a nice ale around here. The camera woman comes from a long lineage of Irish drunks, so we keep her away from these kind of drinks. But you know what? There's nothing I like more than a good ale and a bit of cooking. So I think you'll join me when I say, let's get this finished up, shall we? So I'm going to take the pasta here. Come on over. Come on over. Here's our water, a nice rolling boil. Go ahead and take all the pasta and drop it on in. Or if it's sloppy, just go ahead and chuck it right into the water there. Flour and all, no problem. There we go. Ah, perfect. Now the spaghetti is not going to take quite as long to make as your traditional store-bought pastas. It should just be 2, 3, or 4 minutes, and we'll have this right out of here and ready to plate. We're going to stir it a bit here, just stir the water, make sure nothing gets too out of control, but for the most part, we're going to be able to sit back, enjoy our ale, minus the camera woman, of course, and should be cooked up here in just a couple minutes. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the heat then. I've got my strainer set up. Come on over again. Just going to gently strain the pasta directly into our strainer. Very nice. Just perfect. I'm gonna take a little extra virgin olive oil here. Just dash right down on the you don't want any pasta sticking. Strain this out a bit. Get it nice and dry. No one likes a completely mushed and soft noodle. There we go. In it goes, and we're almost to the end here, I'd say. All we're gonna do now is go ahead and plate up, enjoy with friends and family. All right, hello for one last time. So as you can see, I've got my plate here, got a little EVOO and my favorite Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and take just a little basil here. Who doesn't love a good basil? I'm gonna take the basil, I'm gonna sprinkle it on. I'll be mixing it in too. But to get a nice healthy serving of basil there. You know what? I think I'm ready to eat, guys. So until next time, thanks for watching.